Hey guys, and happy almost 2019. It is absolutely crazy that 2018 is already over, and honestly, I'm so happy because there were so many good movies. So for the first time ever, I am counting down my top 10 movies of 2018. In order to be in my top 10 movies of 2018, these movies have to make me laugh or cry or make me think of the world differently. So without further ado, here are my top 10 movies of 2018. These are in no particular order, but we're gonna start off with Avengers Infinity War. If you guys are dedicated subscribers, you will know that Avengers Infinity War was a huge deal for me. It was the first time that I reacted to a trailer. It was my first official trailer reaction. You guys can find a link to that video down below. The Russo brothers just knocked it out of the park. It was so different than anything I think we've ever seen from Marvel, and it was so heartbreaking. It came out in late April, and here we are at the end of December, and I'm still trying to recover. I saw it in a screening, and I think we all left feeling the same way. We had this dazed look on our faces, because it was more than just one person. It was just so much fun. So obviously, this had to be in my top 10. Next up, Black Panther. I know I have a theme right now, but trust me, again, these are in no particular order. Black Panther came out in February of this year, and I can't believe it's been that long. I still work out to the music. It's so good.
Tune them.
If you haven't listened to the soundtrack, what are you doing? Well, you can finish watching this video and then listen to the soundtrack. It was revolutionary. I love the fact that people bought out theaters so kids could see it. I just loved everything about it. I know that there were some people that did say, you know, I can't really relate to it. Well, screw those people, because I totally related to it and I freaking loved it, and that's why it's in my top 10. And I promise this is my last Marvel movie in my top 10, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I can't even begin to tell you guys how much this movie just like changed the future of animation. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but maybe I'm not. I went into it kind of thinking like, okay, it's gonna look really cool. I saw the trailers, it was pretty fun, but like, whoa. And I left feeling like, holy crap, I feel like I just read all of the comics that had to do anything with Spider-Man. Like, I get it, guys. I get why you guys love comics. And I think that that was the most Spider-Man-y thing we could have ever gotten. And we got it, and it was a present, and it looked so cool. So, again, top 10, duh. This next one, just kidding. No, A Quiet Place was so good. Okay, so I've been a fan of John Krasinski's and Emily Blunt's for a while, but to see them in these roles was just eye-opening. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. It was so, I would say it's the most tense I've ever been in a movie theater. Like, I didn't want to breathe. I didn't want to drink anything. I didn't want to have anyone's popcorn, even though no one really had any popcorn nearby. It was just one of those where you're like, good job. Good job to everyone involved. I loved watching all of the interviews with, you know, Emily and John, because we're tight like that now. They were just so excited, and I think that with Emily and John, I think they've both had such an amazing year that for them to be working together on something like A Quiet Place was really revolutionary. And I know there's some people out there that are pretty terrified of horror movies, but this is one that you really do have to watch. There are moments that will make your blood boil or tingle. I don't know, whatever happens when you're really scared, because there are moments where you're like, ah, and you can't scream, just like Emily Blunt's character. This next one, all I have to say is this. From the trailers, it just creeped the heck out of me. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Hi, do you want to talk about Hereditary? You're touching my mic, hi. You haven't seen Hereditary. You've been very, sorry guys. Let's just have some time alone here. Are you okay? I'm talking about movies, so you wanted to be a part of it. Okay, you're done. Hereditary was absolutely amazing. There is that one scene, if you've seen it, you know which one I'm talking about. And I have maybe only felt like that 3 times in theaters. Like, I've felt like that eeriness take over my entire body. And I was paralyzed of fear. And I love that. It was so much fun. I also think Toni Collette just really knocked it out of the park. And everyone just did such a great job. I know that movie was another one that was polarizing for people, especially the last 5 minutes or so. But I was here for it. They kept going and then going, and I just went with them. And I loved it. But still, if anyone makes that sound, I'm just like, right back there. This next one is right in my wheelhouse of rom-coms, and I'm so excited that we got such a good one. Crazy Rich Asians was one of my, obviously, top 10 favorite movies of the year. In the same way that Black Panther gave us like a whole different look at things, I understand that's Marvel and maybe not totally real, but maybe there is a Wakanda. You don't know that. I love that Crazy Rich Asians gave us a whole nother look at things that I'd never known about before. Like, I've never been to Singapore. Like, I'd never seen that side of the world. So it was so cool to see that. And of course, get such a sweet story out of it. It was so beautiful. And really everything I love about a rom-com, but with like gorgeous, expensive things everywhere. And I loved it. I know that the Asian community really appreciated it, and I'm here for it. Let's just get more. Give it to me. This next one, freaking Dan Fogelman. When I saw trailers to Life Itself, I knew that it was going to be very emotional because, hello, this is us. I get it. But I had no idea what to expect. And I think that's when I experienced the most happiness, I guess I would say, most immersive experience in a theater where you really are just in it for the ride. You don't know what's going to happen next. You haven't figured out like, oh, this one person's here. Antonio Banderas was in it. Like, if he was in the trailer, totally just flew by me. And that movie, seriously, not an understatement, changed my life. I feel like we always try to think of all the problems in our lives, but life itself really allows us to be in the moment and be present and see how everything just kind of happens for a reason and everything's connected, and it's one of my favorite movies of the year for sure. When I was younger, I never used to watch independent movies because I just never saw them on the big screen. I was like, well, that's for like fancy people. I don't know. I'm so glad that I've finally expanded my horizons and tried watching independent movies within the last 2 years or so. And I'm so glad that I was able to see 8th grade. 8th grade put me right back in middle school. I think it was done so well, so innocently. I think Elsie Fisher did a fantastic job, and I think it's severely underrated, but I know she's been nominated for multiple awards, and I'm just excited to see what award season is going to be like for that crew, the cast, everyone. And if you haven't seen it, give it a try. And if you were like me and you don't like watching movies that aren't in the big like cinemas or anything like that, go ahead, expand your horizons, because 8th grade, it's so much fun. Okay, so you guys remember how earlier I said that Hereditary made me like the most tense I've been in a very long time? Searching also did the same thing for me. The fact that it was all on screens really interested in me, because I've obviously seen Unfriended and those, but this just took it to a whole nother level. It was crazy. John Cho and Deborah Messing did an amazing job. I'm not gonna give away everything, but when that plot twist happened, I was like, maybe there were some people that guessed it, but I didn't guess it, and I was tense the whole time, and I was like, where is she? And why aren't her friends saying anything? Let's just say I got very invested very quickly, and it was amazing. Thank you so much. Last, but of course not least, because these are not in any particular order, A Star is Born. This was perhaps one of my most anticipated movies of 2018 because I am a monster. I'm a big fan of Lady Gaga. So I was really excited to see exactly what they were going to do with her character. I also had never seen previous versions of A Star is Born, so I really had no idea what was going on. And Bradley Cooper did a really good job. I also, when I saw the trailer, I started memorizing the song Shallow, and I was like, I got this. By the time the movie comes out, I'm going to know the entire soundtrack. Well, I didn't, but I did know a good deal. Yay, Spotify, thank you. I also watched the music videos. I was heavily invested from the get-go, and I was really surprised. I really, really liked it. I didn't bawl my eyes out, but it certainly gave me a song that I could sing every day, in the car, multiple times a day. I'm talking about Shallow. And I love that Lady Gaga was able to give a performance that was different from everything we've known her from before. Obviously, we have seen her award-winning performance in American Horror Story, but I was really excited to see someone that was a little bit more approachable, and to see Bradley Cooper and to not have Rocket's voice so in my face was an interesting experience too. It's also a certain sense of community when everyone starts singing Shallow together, and then we all have our certain songs like Look What I Found, also a really good one. Yeah, I just thank you so much for A Star is Born, for giving me the opportunity, multiple opportunities to sing in the car and to my cat, Spielberg, at home. And I do have an honorable mention. This film did not make my top 10 because it didn't hit me as hard. If I could do a top 11, I would have included it, but I just stuck to a top 10. Alfonso Cuarón's Roma was actually really good. It's one of those movies that you're like, okay, I know this is gonna be like a really big deal, and you sit down and you're like, I'm gonna be in for a ride. It's gonna be a really long film. And it was, but it was also, again, I didn't know what it was about at all. Didn't read the IMDb description, didn't see any trailers. I just knew that Coron was gonna be doing it. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And it was really good. It was very eye-opening. I think there's certain things that in the Mexican culture, I don't know, I just didn't learn that. I lived in Mexico for 4 years, and maybe they were gonna get to that part of history later on. So it was nice. It was a little bit of a history lesson as to what events occurred during that time in Mexico City. And it was nice to be able to kind of be back in Mexico City. My mom and I went to Mexico City for a vacation. It was really nice. I think if anything, this year has taught us that we need to explore more points of view from different kinds of people. Like, we're getting the same kinds of stories, same reboots. Let's expand the horizons. I'm already extremely excited about Us, Jordan Peele. Guys, if you have not seen that trailer, you really need to watch it. I was gonna do a trailer reaction video, but I wanted to see it as soon as possible, and I did, so I'm sorry. But if there's another trailer, I will watch it, and you guys will see my reaction. So just more movies, guys. More stories, more, bigger and better, and smaller and better, if that makes sense. I hope you guys enjoyed my top 10 movies of 2018. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to hit that bell so you don't miss any video that I do put out. I will have some more videos, especially at the beginning of January and all of January. Really, I'm doing a certain thing that I'm not going to tell you in this video. So you will just have to watch another one of my videos where I describe what I'll be doing in January, if that makes sense. Feel free to leave a comment too. Let me know what was your top 10 or 11 or 12 or 50, whatever. Let's talk about movies. And again, thank you guys so much for all of your support on this channel. It has really meant a lot. I am looking forward to doing more trailer reaction videos, having more Spielberg. Right now he's eating. I love you so much. Oh, he's so cute. And I will see you guys next year. Bye. Gucci.